So we're doing a little work to the S10 now. Getting the engine ready to come out. This is a 413 small block, mild roller cam. 10.5 to 1. 200 world heads. It was built by Beatty and Woods years ago. Only has about 3,000 miles on it, maybe makes 500 horsepower, but I think I spun a bearing on it. It still runs fine. Great oil pressure, but I mean, I found a piece of rod bearing in my oil pan, so chances are I spun a bearing. But it's gonna come out with the trans here tomorrow, and I have a fresh built 388 Dart 215 heads. Motor was brand new 800 kilometers ago. Fuel pump died on a pass, 7,500 RPM. Truck nosed over and I kept my foot in it, broke three pistons. And yeah, so it's been gone through. It's a 388, forged crank, forged rods, Wiseco forged pistons, Dart 215 heads, decent size roller cam, 106 LSA on it. I want to say like 299 duration at 50 or something like that advertised at 0.50. It made 524 on the dyno, 494 foot-pounds. That was with a Holley vacuum secondary 750, no spacer, so maybe a few horsepower still on the table there, and it was gapped that it could take a little bit of nitrous if I want to throw a little nitrous at it. So that's gonna go in. I'll pull this engine out tomorrow, start getting things ready to go back in. Pull the trans out, check the clutch, check the flywheel, and put it all back together. Get it working again. Pretty easy, just so much easier just to pull the rad support on these, pull it all out together. I mean, I can't do the clutch without pulling the trans in this anyway. There's not enough room in there to set the clutch and stuff and check it out as you put it together. You can't, the window's not big enough in the Lakewood to get in there, so easier just to get all the clutch set up and then put it all back in together again. A few things to switch over, but yeah, so that's where this truck is. Hopefully be driving it again in a couple days. It won't take long. Be rolling around on the grass here tomorrow night, and I'm sure the next few days get the motor back in on Tuesday so that if it rains, it's good to go. But yeah, a little laneway motor swap. There's that truck. It got lowered a bit there. I had the front end lowered more, but it was fucking scraping everywhere, so I had to lift it up just a touch. So right now it's dropped 6 in the back, 5.5, maybe 5.5 in the front. And then this 413 will probably go on that truck after. I just need to find a transport because I sold my Muncie, so maybe I'll buy another Tremac TKO to put in that so that it can be street driven with a overdrive. Just makes it life a little easier when you get on the highway. You're not revving to the moon and back. That's what I got in this, a Tremac TKO 600 face plated. It's got SFI billet flywheel and a Lakewood bell with a McLeod twin disc clutch setup in there. Awesome trans, awesome clutch setup, no complaints at all. It's taken all the abuse that I've thrown at it. Some say that they don't like to shift it 7,500 or so. I've had no problem at all. I mean, sometimes you got to pull pretty hard to get her in, but she always goes in. So yeah. And then there's my cut Banshee chassis. I started taking it apart. It was a roller. Started taking it apart because I'm getting stuff ready to go to powder coat. That chassis over there is gonna get ready to go to powder coat right shortly. I'm probably gonna take the two to powder coat at the same time. That's a stock chassis. This is a cut chassis. Yeah, and I got, well, there's a couple Mind My Mess in here. There's the 421, there's an RZ motor there, there's another Banshee motor there, and I picked up another set of nice OEM Banshee cylinders. They'd already been vapor blasted. They're ported, 64 millimeter. I'm going to build a motor that goes in here. I've never gone through this motor. I've done a little bit to it. I changed the head, I changed the intake, changed the carbs, changed the reeds, looked at the clutch. The basket's a little worn. Put one of my billet clutch covers on it, but I'm gonna take this one apart, and I'm either gonna use one of my sediment RZ cases, and I have a good a low hour welded hot rods stock stroke crank, and I'm gonna put together a short block and then put some of the stuff on this. I have brand new stator and flywheel sitting in boxes too that I'm gonna use for the new motor. And this one's gonna get a new stock ported motor, MX style port, and these are unported cylinders and a little low on compression. Just I never went into this motor when I built this Banshee. The motor ran decent, so I just left it the way it was until I kind of put together the motor I wanted to put together. The 421, yeah, it's fun and shit, but hardly rideable in this. The 421 is going to go back in the cut chassis once I get it powder coated, and I might build an 8th mile Banshee for St. Thomas Dragway, since I hear that they're allowing the quads run there in the bike sled class. So that's what that 421 will go to. There's an RZ 350 motor. I mean, I got another few sets of cases in put away somewhere else too, so kind of hoarding. But that's where the Banshee is at. Runs fine the way it is. We've been out a bunch in the last couple days. I've put 10 hours on it in the last 2.5 weeks. Probably close to 30 hours on this build since I put it together this spring. So yeah, there might be a few things that need to be gone over this fall, but other than that, we'll get a fresh motor put together probably next week. Waiting on a few stock parts from the Yamaha dealer, just seals, because I'm gonna end up getting rid of the billet clutch cover when I build the new motor for this. I have a brand new, never used OEM clutch cover. Gonna go with that. Put it on. I got a new billet water pump cover and new billet center cover, and that's what I'm gonna do on it and keep that for the 421. Just because the 421's got the lock up, and I mean, it kind of, for trail riding and the way that it sticks out, kind of changes the way that you have your foot there, and your foot's right on the clutch cover, which is kind of warm with these, so the billet ones kind of get warm. I have a NOS head with I have 19cc and 20cc domes. Probably put the 20cc domes in it. Be in the 145 psi for the new pistons. Got new match balance set of pistons coming. They should be here tomorrow. And we'll start putting a motor together that's going to go in this, and it'll be the permanent motor for this bike. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Haven't quite decided colors. One of these Banshees is going to end up neon. I mean, this has fresh powder coat, but it's not like fresh because it's sat outside for 4 years after I had it powder coated. But I think I'm going to go neon on this, and I might just go black on that, gloss black. So the stock swing arm will come off this. It will go on that one. This one's going to get probably an extended swing arm. Just kind of slow go. This thing doesn't look new anymore. Definitely starting to look ridden. And yeah, I'll probably do a video while I'm installing the setting up the clutch on this and installing the new the 388 into the S10. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.